The poem that I have is entitled Food, very lighthearted. I wrote this piece entitled Food while staring, it was on a Thursday night, while staring at a bag of Lay's barbecue potato chips. Yeah, you can get inspiration when you think about potato chip at 8:30 in the evening. Food and I met at a very young age. A very young age. My mother introduced us. Actually, she forced me. My food friend had a name. His name was Gerber. I guess he was German. It's just a guess. Gerber was everywhere. Every time I turned my head, he was always in my face, forcing himself on me. One day he'd be yams, then pea soup, applesauce, broccoli. I couldn't figure him out. Gerber had multi-personalities. As I got older, we parted ways. I couldn't stomach Gerber any longer. My world opened up when I met other food friends, friends of different ethnicities and cultures, friends like Lau Lau Louie of Hawaiian lineage, sovereignty family, very territorial folks, and ravioli and fettuccine from the Gambino clan, and an Asian acquaintance by the name of Hung Chow, who at times could be a little stuck up, if you know what I mean. We gather for potlucks, sharing our cultures. Some of our conversations got salty, sometimes spicy, but always ended sweet and not sour. However, things changed when a food bully came to town. They called him Big Mac. He was from the McDonald family. You remember, they had a farm. They spelled it E-I-E-I-O, whatever the hell that meant. They sold their farm for franchises, and Big Mac decided to spread his sesame seed, spreading it throughout fertile land of capitalism. Everyone thought he was a crock at first. Unfortunately, the rumors were true. Old Mackie was in town. Big Mac didn't care about the little guy. To him, they were a bunch of small fries in an ocean of fish fillet. He needed to expand his menu, monopolize everything. And if anyone got in his way, he'd give them a quarter pounder, or break a McRib here and there. He was fast, too fast. Fast food, they called it. Keep the line short, keep the line moving. No one deserved a break that day. Soon other heavyweights came to town. Wendy, a redhead with ponytails and a freckled face for nostalgia. Cute, but you know, I prefer brunettes, like my wife. A colonel brought his Kentucky militia. He loved to play chicken with his competition. Names with royal flair invaded, Burger King and Dairy Queen. But she was the real deal. But the king had a whopper of an ego, a tyrant aspiring to be number one. And if Big Mac decided to mess with him, he'd send Carl Jr. or Junior Whopper to take care of business, because they always had a hearty time. My ethnic foods friends scattered. They were afraid of the big boys and girl. The newcomers were taking over their turf, shopping centers and malls. I had no choice but to find newer friends. I longed for compatibility. I longed for better health. My blood pressure was rising, so was my weight. Like Subway, I needed something fresh. I needed to get away to a safe place. Safeway. So incognito, donning a 10-gallon hat and polarized sunglasses, I make a path to Safeway. Snaking my way to produce, passing through aisle 7, I heard a familiar voice. Psst, psst. Hey, remember me? The voice asked. I turned my head to the right. It was Gerber, mid-shelf. I see you still have that baby face look, I commented. Gerber reminded me of my infantile stages. We shared some good times back then, I said. He agreed. But I had to move on. can't stay in the past, I say. Things change. Things never stay the same. Gerber understood. Perhaps we'll see each other again, he asked sheepishly. I nodded and headed to produce. Then I looked back at Gerber, thinking about what he had just said. Perhaps he's right. Maybe we will see each other again. Scary, but true. As I age, my body becomes feeble, my legs begin to wobble, high places make me dizzy. My hair turns almond color, the windows become dim. The bird songs faint in the morning rise, my grinders become few. And perhaps it would be true that Gerber and I would reacquaint. As I think about being in Halimakua nursing home, whisked and wheeled into the cafeteria, wearing a bib, being force-fed like before, and every time I turned my head, Gerber would be in my face again, reminding me that we have come full circle. I decided I wanted to create something called pop poetry. So when I read the newspaper, whatever the article says, I'm going to react to it in poetry. This was about Lahaina News, September 16th to 22nd. Students help project to locate Moku'ula Island by Louise Rocket. Grave diggers. Archaeologists, affectionately called. History belongs to the profiteers, I say. Poking the aina, stabbing the land, brushing dirt and dust delicately, looking, probing, searching for the resting place, Moku'ula, where the royals are buried, their rests broken with the shattering of trowels and pickaxe and shovels. Onlookers sneak a peek. Grants fuel the exploration, grants from universities, grants that undermine my culture. Bring in the students, young ones if possible. Teach them young. Teach them to be grave diggers. Receive a graduate diploma, a doctorate in grave digging, a degree in disturbing the dead. When you discover your discovery, what will you tell me then? Will you tell me that our ancestors were master navigators, engineers of an intricate water system? Will you tell me they were poets and philosophers, physicians, teachers, artists, farmers, and priests? Will you tell me they lived within laws they've constructed? They were self-sustainable. Their bones were aligned and their teeth intact. Will you tell me their longevity twice of the European? Will you tell me something different? Will you tell me something I already know? Oh, grave digger, what is your purpose? Where is your moral compass? You claim it is science. You claim it is research. Must you dig for answers already known? Must you disturb the rest of the deceased? Grave digger, it was your civilization that buried my culture. It was your ancestors who paved over Pi'ilani's trail, built hotels over the bones of my ancestors, constructed harbors over fisheries, covering our name places, covering our identity. Where is your shame? Where is your guilt? Where is your repentance? And now what you bury, you want to uncover? Was it not already disgraceful what you did? You built a baseball field over our burials. You built a tennis court over our burials. You built a basketball court over our burials. A bathroom of human waste near the sacred altar. Will you humiliate the host culture again? Will many hands contribute to the unrest? And when that which was is now resurrected, what then shall our burials be? A place of historical study, a place to commercialize, a place to profit the historians. Our death is your gain. Our death is your reward. will Hawaiians ever find a resting place?